I found the life insurance policy hidden behind our wedding photo. $24 million. With me listed as dead. My hands shook as I stared at the papers. My name is Zara Rodriguez. I am 29 years old. And according to these documents I'm holding in my hands, I had died in a car accident 3 months ago. But I was standing right here in our bedroom. Very much alive. Very much confused. And very much starting to understand just how deep my husband's lies really went. The house was quiet. Marcus wouldn't be home for 2 hours. I had time to think. Time to figure out what this meant. Time to plan what I was going to do about it. I sat on our bed and tried to remember the last 3 months. Had anything strange happened? Any weird conversations? Any unusual behavior from Marcus? Then it hit me. The business trip to Denver. The one where he said his phone died and he couldn't call me for 4 days. The one where he came back with a tan even though Denver had been snowing. The one where he seemed different somehow. Distant. Like he was already mourning someone. My stomach turned. I ran to the bathroom and threw up everything I had eaten that day. This wasn't just about money. This was about murder. My murder. My husband was planning to kill me. I splashed cold water on my face and looked in the mirror. When had I gotten so thin? When had those dark circles appeared under my eyes? When had I started looking like someone who was already halfway dead? Marcus had been slowly killing me for years. Not with poison or violence. With words. With control. With making me believe I was worthless and crazy and lucky that anyone would want me at all. He chose my clothes. My friends. My job. Even my food. Said I couldn't be trusted to make good decisions. Said I was too emotional. Too stupid. Too weak to handle real life. And I had believed him. For 6 years I had believed every word. I went back to the bedroom and looked through the papers again. There were more documents underneath. Bank statements showing money being moved to offshore accounts. Property deeds for houses I had never seen. Investment portfolios worth millions that I didn't know existed. Marcus had been stealing from his own company. Embezzling money for years. And when they caught him he was going to disappear. Start over somewhere new. But first he needed to tie up loose ends. I was a loose end. The front door slammed. He was home early. I shoved the papers back behind the picture and ran downstairs. Marcus was in the kitchen opening a beer. He looked tired. Stressed. Like someone carrying a heavy secret. "Hey baby," he said without looking at me. "What's for dinner?" "Baby." He called me baby like I was a child who couldn't take care of herself. Like I was a pet who existed only to serve him. "I haven't started cooking yet," I said. "I was cleaning upstairs." He frowned. "You know I like to eat as soon as I get home. How hard is it to have dinner ready by 6? 6 months ago I would have apologized. I would have rushed to start cooking. I would have felt guilty for disappointing him. But standing there knowing what I knew changed everything. "I'll start now," I said calmly. I made his favorite meal. Steak and potatoes. The same thing he ordered every time we went out to dinner. The same thing his mother made him when he was little. Marcus liked things predictable and simple. He ate without talking. Just the sound of his fork scraping against the plate. The sound of him chewing. The sound of my own heart beating so loud I was sure he could hear it. "I have to go back to the office tonight," he said finally. "Big presentation tomorrow." Why? There was no presentation. I had access to his work calendar and there was nothing scheduled. But I just nodded and cleared his plate. "Don't wait up," he said. He kissed my forehead like he was blessing a corpse. After he left I went back upstairs and photographed every document with my phone. Then I called the one person I trusted completely. My sister Anna. "Zara? What's wrong? You sound weird." I started crying before I could speak. Big ugly sobs that had been building up for years. "Anna, I need help. I need to get out of here. Marcus is going to kill me." Silence on the other end. "Zara, honey, are you okay? Has he hurt you?" "Not yet. But he's planning to. I found papers. Life insurance. Bank accounts. He's been stealing money and he wants to disappear, but first he wants me dead. I'm coming over right now." "No. He might come back. Meet me tomorrow at the coffee shop on 5th Street. The one where we used to go when we were kids. 10 in the morning." I hung up and immediately started planning. I had maybe a week before Marcus made his move. Maybe less. I needed to be smart. I needed to be careful. I needed to beat him at his own game. The next morning, I told Marcus I was going grocery shopping. He gave me a list of things to buy. A budget I couldn't go over. A time I had to be back. Like I was a teenager asking permission to leave the house. I met Anna at the coffee shop. She looked older than I remembered. Like she had been expecting this call for years. "Show me everything," she said. I pulled out my phone and showed her the photos. Her face got darker with each image. "By God, Zara. How long has this been going on?" "The financial stuff? Probably years. But I think he's planning to do something soon. He's been acting strange. Different." Anna grabbed my hands across the table. "You have to go to the police." "With what? Photos of papers I found in my own house? They'll say I'm a crazy wife making accusations. Marcus is charming. He's successful. He coaches Little League. Everyone loves him." That was true. Marcus was good at making people like him. He volunteered at church. He donated to charity. He remembered people's birthdays and asked about their kids. He was the perfect husband. The perfect neighbor. The perfect lie. Then what do you want to do? I had been thinking about this all night. Marcus had spent years manipulating everyone around him, making them believe what he wanted them to believe. It was time to use his own methods against him. I want to expose him, but not to the police. To everyone. His family. His friends. His coworkers. His boss. I want everyone to see who he really is. Anna looked scared. "Zara, that's dangerous. If he finds out what you're doing, then I'll already be dead. At least this way I have a chance." We spent 2 hours planning. Anna would help me copy all the financial documents. She would research the properties Marcus owned that I didn't know about. She would find out everything she could about his business dealings. I would play the perfect wife. Cook his meals. Clean his house. Smile when he talked down to me. Pretend everything was normal while I built my case against him. It was the hardest thing I had ever done. Sitting across from him at dinner knowing he was planning my death. Lying next to him in bed knowing he was counting down the days until I was gone. Kissing him goodbye in the mornings knowing it might be the last time. But I did it. For 2 weeks I played my part perfectly while Anna and I gathered evidence. We found bank records showing Marcus had stolen over $3 million from his company. We found emails to lawyers in countries that don't extradite criminals. We found plane tickets to places I had never heard of. We found rental agreements for apartments in different cities under fake names. We also found something else. Something that made my blood run cold. A second life insurance policy. This one for $10 million. This one purchased just last month. This one with a suicide clause that wouldn't pay out if I killed myself within the first year. Marcus wasn't just planning to murder me. He was planning to make it look like suicide. The grieving husband whose unstable wife couldn't handle life anymore. The victim of a tragic loss that no one could have prevented. I thought about all the times he had told me I was worthless. All the times he had said I would be better off dead. All the times he had made me feel like suicide was the only way out of my misery. He had been setting this up for years. Breaking me down piece by piece until everyone would believe I had finally broken completely. But I hadn't broken. I had bent but I hadn't broken. And now I was going to fight back. The plan was simple. Marcus's company was having their annual charity dinner next Friday. Everyone would be there. His boss. His coworkers. His clients. His family. All the people who thought he was wonderful. I would stand up during the speeches and tell them everything. I would show them the documents, the bank records, the life insurance policies. I would expose him in front of everyone who mattered to him. But first I had to survive until Friday. Marcus had been acting stranger each day. More distant. More controlling. He had started locking his office door. He had changed his computer password. He had been making phone calls in the garage where he thought I couldn't hear him. On Thursday night he came home with flowers. Red roses. My favorite. Except they weren't my favorite. I hated red roses. But Marcus had decided they were my favorite 6 years ago and I had never corrected him. "What's the occasion?" I asked. Do I need an occasion to buy flowers for my beautiful wife? Beautiful wife. I looked in the hallway mirror as he walked past. I looked terrible. Exhausted. Like someone who hadn't slept in weeks because they were afraid they might not wake up. I thought we could have a special dinner tomorrow night, he said. After the charity event. Just the two of us. To celebrate. Celebrate what? My last meal? That sounds nice, I said. He made dinner that night. Said he wanted to treat me for once. Said I had been working so hard lately. Said I deserved to be pampered. I pushed the food around on my plate but didn't eat much. Marcus kept encouraging me to finish. Said I was getting too thin. Said I needed to keep my strength up. I excused myself to go to the bathroom and threw most of the food away. Then I called Anna from upstairs. He made dinner, I whispered. He never makes dinner. I think he put something in it. Don't eat anything else he gives you. And Zara, I love you. We're going to get through this. I didn't sleep that night. I lay in bed listening to Marcus breathe beside me, wondering if he was awake too, wondering if he was counting down the hours until I was gone. Friday morning he brought me coffee in bed. Said he wanted me to have a relaxing day before the big event tonight. Said I should take a bath and do my hair and make myself beautiful for him. I poured the coffee down the sink as soon as he left for work. That afternoon I got dressed carefully. The blue dress Marcus liked. The pearls his mother had given me. The shoes that pinched my feet but made him smile. I wanted to look like the perfect wife one last time. Anna picked me up at 6. The charity dinner was at the downtown hotel. The same place where Marcus and I had gotten married. Where we had promised to love and honor each other until death do us part. Death was going to part us all right. Just not the way Marcus planned. The ballroom was full of people in expensive clothes drinking expensive wine and talking about expensive things. Marcus was at the head table looking handsome and successful and completely innocent. He smiled when he saw me walk in. Waved me over to sit beside him. Introduced me to people as his lovely wife Zara. The same people who would remember this moment when they learned the truth about him. Dinner was served. Speeches were made. Awards were given out. Marcus even won an award for community service. He stood at the podium talking about giving back and helping others and being a good neighbor. The irony was overwhelming. When it was time for the final speech of the night, I stood up. My legs felt like water, but I made them carry me to the front of the room. "Excuse me," I said into the microphone. "I have something I need to share with everyone." The room got quiet. Marcus looked confused, then concerned, then angry. "My name is Zara Rodriguez," I said. "I am 29 years old. And my husband has been planning to murder me." Gasps from the audience. Marcus started to stand, but his boss put a hand on his shoulder to keep him seated. I pulled out copies of all the documents Anna and I had gathered. The bank records. The insurance policies. The fake identities. The plane tickets. Everything. "Marcus has stolen over $3 million from Rodriguez Industries," I said. "He has purchased life insurance policies on me worth $34 million. He has been moving money to offshore accounts and planning to disappear. But first he was going to make my death look like suicide." The room exploded. People shouting. Cameras flashing. Security guards moving toward Marcus, who was trying to push his way out of the ballroom. But I wasn't done. "For 6 years Marcus has controlled every aspect of my life," I said. "He chose my clothes, my friends, my job. He told me what to eat and when to sleep and how to think. He made me believe I was worthless and stupid and lucky that anyone would want me." My voice was getting stronger with each word. "He isolated me from my family. He made me quit my job. He took away my car keys and my credit cards and my phone. He made me ask permission to leave the house. He treated me like a prisoner in my own life." Marcus had stopped trying to leave. He was just standing there staring at me like he had never seen me before. "But the worst part," I said, "was that he made me believe it was all my fault. That I deserved to be treated like nothing. That I was lucky he put up with me at all." I looked directly at him across the room. "Well, Marcus, I'm not nothing. I'm not worthless. I'm not lucky to have you. I'm unlucky to have wasted 6 years of my life believing your lies. The police arrived 20 minutes later. They arrested Marcus right there in the ballroom in front of everyone who had ever respected him. His boss. His friends. His mother who had flown in from Phoenix for the dinner. She came up to me as they were putting handcuffs on her son. "I'm sorry," she said. "I should have seen what he was doing to you. I should have helped. Maybe she should have. But it didn't matter now. I had helped myself." The trial made national news. The successful businessman who embezzled millions and planned to murder his wife. The perfect husband who was really a monster. The charity dinner confession that exposed it all. Marcus got 30 years to life. The company got their money back. I got my life back. I moved to California to be near Anna. Got a job at a marketing firm. Bought a small house with a garden where I grow vegetables and flowers. Whatever I want. However I want. I'm 31 now. 2 years older and a lifetime wiser. I have friends who like me for who I am. I have a job I'm good at. I have a life that belongs to me. Sometimes people recognize me from the news stories. The woman who exposed her husband's murder plot at a charity dinner. The woman who saved her own life by refusing to stay silent. They ask me how I found the courage to stand up in front of all those people and tell the truth. How I managed to escape from someone who controlled everything about my life. The answer is simple. I remembered who I was before Marcus told me who I should be. I remembered that I had value. That I had worth. That I deserved better than a life spent walking on eggshells around someone who saw me as disposable. Most importantly, I remembered that no one has the right to make you feel small. No one has the right to control your life. No one has the right to plan your death. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I hadn't found those papers behind our wedding photo. If I had gone to dinner that Friday night and eaten whatever Marcus had prepared for me. If I had trusted him one more time. But I try not to think about that. I try to focus on the life I have now instead of the death I avoided. I'm dating someone new. His name is David and he's nothing like Marcus. He asks my opinion about things. He listens when I talk. He encourages me to spend time with my friends and family. He treats me like an equal instead of a possession. Last week he asked me what I wanted for dinner and then actually made what I said instead of deciding for himself what I should want. It was such a small thing. But it made me cry happy tears. Because it reminded me how far I've come from the woman who let someone else choose everything for her. I still have bad days. Days when I doubt myself. Days when I hear Marcus's voice in my head telling me I'm stupid or worthless or making bad decisions. But those days are getting rarer. And when they come I remind myself that I was smart enough to figure out his plan. I was brave enough to expose him. I was strong enough to save my own life. That woman who stood up at the charity dinner and told the truth about her husband? That woman who refused to be a victim? That woman who chose freedom over fear? That woman was me. That woman is me. That woman will always be me. And no one will ever make me forget that again.